Hey everyone. Let's talk about something super, super basic. Um, and when I say it, you're probably going, yeah, no shit. But it's pretty fundamental to make sure you make the right plays. So, what I'm talking about is better people just don't do more damage. Um, Specifically here in Halo, like someone else's battle rifle doesn't do more or less damage than yours. This carries over to a bunch of different games, like even with chess, right? Like people can't move more often than you do. It's one per turn, and in Halo, it's a four-shot kill with a battle rifle. So things like that, like sitting down and explicitly saying it, it sounds really stupid, right? Like, yeah, no shit, it's a battle rifle. It does the damage. But if you think about playing people who are way better than you or way worse than you, how many plays do you make assuming that somebody's doing more damage, right? Like if you're playing somebody way better than you, and you push them and you die, like you're gonna stop doing that, and it's probably feeling like they're doing more damage than you. And if you're playing people who are awful and way worse than you, you're gonna do a bunch of really stupid shit because you do more damage than they do. Um, and that's not explicitly my gun's doing more damage, right? That's being outplayed. So what that really means as far as gameplay is if you're trying to get better at the game, don't make plays assuming somebody's doing more damage than the other person. It's objectively not true. Um, if someone's outputting more damage, it's because somebody else is misplaying, and you shouldn't be making plays assuming people are going to misplay. If you're doing it against people who are worse than you, and you're doing stuff like that, you won't be doing as well as you can. I mean, you can get away with it, but if you're trying to get good, what's the point? If you're playing people who are better than you, you're just going to get punished because you need to win games by taking all the advantages you can. And if you're leaving advantages on the table and not capitalizing on them because you think someone else does more damage, then you're going to lose games because of it. Um, so that kind of sums up the two things that we're talking about to be a little more specific. Um, the first scenario is really kind of less relevant to be good, but if you want to, I don't know, pub stomp harder, or even just things to think about when you're playing games that don't matter, but to still work on getting better, is don't stand in bad spots just because someone's worse than you. Um, you should always be trying to be in the best place you can. Um, I guess it's not really relevant to being better at the game, but it's something where in the back of your head, you should always be conscious of why you're doing things. And if you're doing things because you think you do more damage than somebody, that's not the right thing to be doing. I mean, it's never objectively to be going, my gun's doing more damage, but it's assuming other people will miss. And most of the time, that'll probably be true if you have a good gauge with someone's skill, but you'll eat a lot of pointless deaths because people don't always make mistakes. But the important takeaway from this is if you're trying to be better and you're grinding ranked playlists or you're playing people better than you, which you should be doing, you need to push every advantage you have. And if it's something where you're up a shot or even up half a shot, or you have a height advantage over somebody, or you have some other positional advantage on somebody that you think is better than you need to push that advantage. You can't not push it because you think you're going to die to them, because you're used to losing because you miss a shot, or in the back of your head you think I'm just going to die. This person's better than me. That last one is usually tied to a feeling of someone doing more damage. Um, which again, if you have an advantage, it's not true. It's not true in an even fight. Like their guns don't do more damage. You just have to learn how to move and how to position properly so that you can keep taking advantage of that. And over time, you'll get better and better, and that feeling will start to go away. But that's kind of it. I just want to get something really short out that sounds really, really stupid, right? Like, of course, people don't do more damage, but if you sit down and think about why people misplay, and a lot of the time it's either being too cocky or being too timid, and those kind of boil down to it feels like people do more damage than others. That ultimately comes down to poor positioning and poor aiming, but it needs to be a conscious thing that you're not making misplays because you think somebody's going to do more damage than you. Um, it's just not true. But that's about it. It's kind of silly, but I haven't ever heard anybody talk about it, and I just wanted to put it out there. So if you're trying to go through and think about things about your own game, I think it's worth asking yourself, are you making a play because you think the person you're playing against is either much better or much worse than you, and then objectively whether or not the play you made was correct. But yeah, that's about it. Bye.